All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Buccaneers Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Bucs content. So the NFL season is about a week away, and today I'm going to I read an article from PFF.com, and they were talking about kind of one thing we learned about each team in preseason or up to this point through training camp, just through the offseason in general. And for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I thought it was a little funny. It was missing training camp is, in fact, no big deal. So before we get into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is my last week here in Chicago, man. I can't wait to get down to Florida and live right next to the beach. I guess I can't wait. I'm trying to go to that Packers Buccaneers game week 3. Like, that's the game that's circled on the calendar, but we'll see. Keep you guys updated on that one. Tom Brady had a 11-day absence from training camp, and that was not the issue for the Buccaneers in any way, shape, or form of the preseason, offseason, or what have you. Now, the Bucs did lose some pieces, right? They lost some pieces. They lost not a lot of pieces. They lost 2 pieces on the offensive line, and then unfortunately, they did do the Shaq Mason trade, but then unfortunately, Ryan Jensen goes down for the year, and the offensive line right now is just deteriorating. So yeah, I mean, the training camp, you don't really necessarily need it if you're Tom Brady. I think most players probably, I guess they don't need to play in the preseason, but being there for training camp, I do think is relatively important, because when I look at this Buccaneers offensive line, it does give me a little bit of concern as far as how much time is Tom Brady going to have. I mean, if you just give Tom Brady time, he is going to do his magic. He's going to do his thing. And I've been seeing a lot of you guys go ahead, drop some comments like, 17-0 season. I'm predicting an undefeated season. Well, I will tell you this. After that Shaq Mason trade, after the draft, the Buccaneers offensive line was looking like pretty solid. They had a solid offensive line in the past. They lost some pieces. They got it back to, at the very worst, satisfactory. I mean, the offensive line they had heading into preseason was definitely solid. And you've just seen injury after injury after injury, some bigger than others. Like I said, the Ryan Jensen injury out for the year, or just being placed on IR out for majority of the season, is extremely unideal. Now, the good news is, technically, there are still some players out there that you can go out and sign, guys like Darrell Williams. There's a couple other solid veteran offensive linemen out on the free agent wire, but the Buccaneers don't really seem to be too interested in that. They seem to want to keep it in-house, which I'm definitely not ridiculing that. I think I definitely understand that. I'm still remaining optimistic, but I will say a lot of you guys have been dropping some comments down below saying it's either everyone feels good about this team, but everyone's biggest concern does appear to be the offensive line. Like, everyone knows, or at least, I don't want to speak for everybody. A lot of people feel, myself included, that if the offensive line can just be adequate, and I think at the very worst, with the current personnel that they have and with the coaching scheme, I think they should be at worst adequate. If they can just be adequate, man, you can win any game, right? You just got to give Tom enough time. You got to give him some time. You also want to develop run games, et cetera, but this offensive line unit, they can't lose many more pieces. They probably can't lose any more pieces without me sitting back here out behind this camera saying, man, this is getting interesting. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not tweaking. I'm not spazzing. But couple more injuries, things need to be figured out. But like I said, that's all kind of speculation. So really the point of this video is this. Tom Brady missing training camp is not a big deal in any way, shape, or form. He came out in the last preseason game, played one drive, and looked exquisite, as he is, hence the best quarterback of all time. I have concerns with the offensive line, and I don't think that it's panic time, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Just, be adequate. Just give them a couple of seconds. So that's it for today, man. Just a quick little video as we get ready for this season. I leave in a couple of days to drive on down to Florida. So hit that like button, hit that sub button for Daily Bucs content. Drop some comments down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.